And we're joined this afternoon by three individuals. The first is Beth Gibson, who is the Passport to Prosperity Officer with the Industry Education Council of Hamilton. And my very good friend Nasim Jamil, owner of T&R Auto Service, and a student, grade 12 student at Cathedral High School by the name of Andy Ramkissoon, a co-op student who is training at T&R Auto Service. And welcome to the three of you to the program. And let's begin with you, Beth. And we talked about it a little bit last month when we introduced this program. Why are organizations across the province implementing career mentorship programs into their strategies? Why is it a win-win for everybody concerned?
Lots of organizations that we chat with locally here in Hamilton have indicated that getting involved with students, whether it be in the elementary, secondary, or post-secondary educational institutions, is a win-win for them because they can create awareness of their business, future opportunities, and really give them an overview of the operations. They can go into schools and talk to students, whether it be through our Speakers Bureau program, participate in career fairs, or participate in co-op programs such as Nasim has been doing with our schools for over a decade.
And Nasim, you've been involved in this program, I think, for quite some time. How many years, Nasim?
It's almost 12 years. I started in 1998, I believe.
Yeah, 1998. And now you're a successful local businessman, and you're taking on students who come sometimes with interest but perhaps limited skills. Why do you do this? What's in it for you?
First of all, it's a win-win situation for both sides. Okay, the co-op student that come to me, I'll get some extra hand out of it, and whatever knowledge I have, I want to provide to them. And in the future, if they are successful in this business, they can have their own business. I'll take pride on it to I did something for someone.
And Nasim, your business, T&R Auto Service, is on Barton Street. It's both an auto mechanics and auto body service center. How many employees do you have?
Now I have in my body shop, T&R and 221 Barton Street, I have around 3 employees full-time and 2 part-time. And in the body shop, I have 6 employees full and 2 part-time.
So it's a small business, but a very active business as well. And how many co-op students do you have at each time? One?
Sometime 1, sometime 2, but mostly it's 1 each place.
And are you pleased with the preparation that they come to the shop with the level of interest and the skills?
Most of the kids, they come, some of the kids, they want to kill their time. Out of all that kid, Andy, I think he's the best one I ever had.
Well, let's talk to Andy then, because that's Andy, your employer saying he's one of the best that I've ever had is a real compliment for you. Now, you're a grade 12 student. You're at T&R Auto Service. You're more interested in the auto mechanic side than you are in the auto body side. But have you had experience in both?
Not that much of the auto body, but the auto mechanics, yes.
So what's the routine? Take us to the school experience first. What programs are you taking at school that will prepare you for the work experience?
Well, at school, I've done grade 10 auto mechanics, which is just the basic knowledge of tools, learning to use a hoist to set it up, and barely oil changes.
And then you go into the shop, and what do you do there? Describe for us a little bit of the routine.
At T&R Auto?
Yes.
Oh, when I go there every day, I usually get rid of all the garbage and sweep the shop in the office, and then normally whatever else there is to do, I usually ask what I have to do or what Rashid would like assistance with, and take it from there.
And do you actually do some work on the cars as well with the guidance of some of the folks at the shop?
Sometimes it's minimal guidance because the oil changes is very simple, and I think Rashid has given me a lot of trust to do that on my own.
Now, you brought a little display board with you. I don't know if we can get that on camera or whether we will get that on camera, but what's on that display board? There it is. And it's on camera right now, Andy. What are you trying to depict on that display board?
What I'm trying to depict on this display board is how people should be able to read a billboard for co-op because when I was younger, when I remember when I went to high schools to look at how to or which I should go into, I didn't really want to read as much words, and I just wanted to visualize everything because that's how I learned. So that's what I tried to give back to the students, and it worked really well.
Excellent. And we'll talk a little bit about some advice that you might have for people as well. But back to you, Beth. How many students in the system are taking co-op, do you think?
Last year alone, there were over 3,000 students participating in co-op opportunities. So that's 3,000 students walking around, participating in our businesses, learning and getting a hands-on experience by a little over 1,500 employers locally here in Hamilton. And that doesn't include organizations that are going into the schools, as I mentioned earlier, speaking and really creating awareness of their economic sector and business to students, which I think is absolutely terrific.
You know what, that is such a good statistic, because not only does it mean that there are 3,000 students actually having a taste of a career that they might want to get into, but it means that the employers are taking the responsibility of mentoring very seriously, and I think that's great. Nasim, if you had any advice, there might be some people with small businesses who've been a little leery perhaps about participating in co-op because it talks about kids, there might be some liability issues. What advice would you have to encourage them to participate?
What I'll tell the employers that you have to take your part to build our future. This young generation, they are our future. If you don't help them, they will be go on the road and doing something else. When you employ them, they come and do the co-op, work for you, and you help them out. In the future, they will bring your name up that this is the guy who teach me, now I am here because of this guy. And I think every employee have to take a little bit time off of his thing to teach these kids.
Well, and that's so good, Nasim. And in fact, I understand that in 2010 you were recognized with a special award. What was that? Don't be shy now. Tell us, what was that award, Nasim?
I got a phone call from IEC, from Education Department. Beth Gibson, she called me. She says, "Okay, you got to nominate for the award." I says, "What kind of that thing?" And this is because you're helping the kids. That's why we want you to achieve something. And first I hesitate. I don't want to be, I didn't did that thing just to get something. Then I think about it. I says, okay, why not to meet some other kids and other teacher, maybe I can help something else. And then I went and I got the award. It was, I really feel pride on that time. When I started doing the co-op thing, I didn't have anything in my mind that I'm going to achieve some goal, achieve something else. And what I need, whatever knowledge I have, I want to give it to these kids. When I came in 1993 in Canada, I used to have a mechanical degree in state. I came to Canada, I went to every garage to somebody to hire me. Nobody gave me any single job. Why? Because they said you need a Canadian experience. I don't want our young generation will be getting these kind of problems. That's why I'm giving whatever knowledge I have, I want to give to them.
Yeah, I've heard that story so often that you need Canadian experience to get the job, and you can't get the job unless you have Canadian
won't
experience.
get it, how you get it? You have to, somebody have to hire you to give you some opportunity to get the Canadian experience. Most of the employees over here, they don't understand this thing.
Well,
I'll tell every employer, help this young, these are our future.
Well, good for you, Nasim Jamil. That's you're a good role model. And Andy, just last word to you, perhaps. What advice might you have? I know you're at Cathedral High School, and a great sports school, also great academic school, right in our inner city. But I'm sure that there are some students, if they're like any of the students I had in the schools that I was principal in, that aren't as motivated. What advice would you have for those kids in terms of the co-op experience? Why is that good?
Well, advice that I'd give to kids that want to go into co-op is that if you want to start something, you have to finish it and just be amazing at what you do and don't quit and just give it your all.
Well, very good. And there's advice that should be heeded. Well, let me thank each of you for helping us understand the program better. Beth and Nasim and Andy, and good luck to each of you.